All right, guys, so I am gonna post a video that is not my usual video, and it's, if you've been following this channel, it's been fitness and family and maybe a little bit about my faith, but today I'm gonna talk about something completely out of the scope of any of that stuff, and I'm gonna talk about crypto and crypto basics, and then ultimately how to buy Chedda. And so Chedda token is the new culture token out there, is kind of the kind of catchphrase around this particular cryptocurrency. And I got involved in it early. I've done really well with it. I've still made some mistakes that have cost me potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm just a normal guy, and to be talking in six figures feels very foreign to me. And so, like I said, if you've been a part of this channel, you know my life. You know that I've been a gym guy and all those things. And I'm still very much that, but I've helped a lot of people get involved in this particular cryptocurrency. And so I decided just to make a video to make this way easier. If you guys want to skip the crypto basics that I'm going to give here, you can just go down to this time and watch the video from there, and that will just tell you how to buy Chedda exactly. So, crypto basics, we'll use some of the more kind of flashy names that most of you guys know. So if I open my phone up, I have an app right here. It's called Coinbase, okay? And I don't know if you can see that, but Coinbase, a lot of people know about. And so I'm gonna use Coinbase as a generic term right now for kind of like the marketplace, the place you can go to buy and sell cryptocurrencies with your US dollars. So I kind of think of as Coinbase and that marketplace kind of the same way as I would think of the New York Stock Exchange. The New York Stock Exchange is where you can go and buy shares of companies with your US dollars, and those shares can go up or down in value, and then you can pull out when you're ready and whatnot, and that money is just kind of sitting there. Well, that's the market, and that makes sense to most of us. Now, there's another term that a lot of us don't know. We say, oh, well, here you go, right here. This is Coinbase Wallet, Coinbase Wallet. And you go, well, it's basically the same app, right? Or it does the same thing. Well, Coinbase is the same word there, and there's probably other versions of this. I know that there's a Yori wallet, there is MetaMask, there are all these other versions of wallets, and you guys can explore those as you start to understand the nuances that make certain ones better or worse for you and better options. So, but I'm just gonna keep it with Coinbase and Coinbase Wallet, because even though those names are very similar, those two apps function very differently. Now, a wallet is not the same as a marketplace. Think of your wallet as your checking account. So even though you have this money you've been buying and selling and trading, it's kind of, with crypto, it's still in the market whenever it's in Coinbase. So when you say, you know what, I'm ready to pull this out of the marketplace and put it into my checking account or my portfolio or whatever you want to think about, that is how I think of a wallet. So you have Coinbase and Coinbase Wallet. If I sound at all like an expert, please know that I just started diving into this stuff about 10 days ago, 13 days ago now, when I took an initial investment and I 30x'd it, okay? 30 times my initial investment. So I put in 1,000, that means I made 30,000. If I put in 10,000, it means I made 300,000, and then put in 100,000, then, well, you can do the math, because I can't right now. I obviously didn't put in 100,000. But I 30x'd my investment. Now, I started learning about all this stuff. So Coinbase is like the stock market. Coinbase Wallet, or any wallet, is like your checking account or your portfolio that you pulled out of the market and now is no longer tradable anywhere else or anything like that. And that's the simplest way I put it. And it might not be perfect, and it might be not the actual technical way to go about it, but it really helped me kind of wrap my mind around this. Okay, so those two apps represents two very real different places. And now that you know those two places, you can kind of look at how to buy Chedda, okay? So remember, and as you can tell, I'm not an expert. I'm not telling you to buy Chedda, but I have told a lot of people what I was able to do, and that's made them think like, well, maybe there's still room to make money in this cryptocurrency. And me personally, even though I've 30x'd my money, I'm gonna hold on for the long haul, and I'm gonna see if this thing will go up to that life-changing, long-term wealth type money. But maybe you're gonna get involved and you wanna know how to buy and sell Chedda because you wanna just double your money or triple your money. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. So I wanna make sure you guys know the ins and outs. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna download those two apps, Coinbase and Coinbase Wallet. You can find them in your app store if you're doing this from an Android. I don't particularly know how to do that, but I'm guessing it's pretty much the same. So I get my Coinbase, and it's not real flashy right now because I've moved everything I own, okay? $13.44 is all that's left in my Coinbase account, all right? So I start a Coinbase account, and I hope this is clear, but I start a Coinbase account. From there, I need to make sure that I've linked my accounts. You can tell if you've done that because you'll go here to profile and settings, and there's my name, Ben Alderman, same as my YouTube channel. You guys, I may continue to put out more stuff like that, so if you want to see more stuff like this, you guys please like and subscribe, and then you guys can leave a comment below. I've only got like 200 followers, so I'm not looking for anything astronomical here. I'm not trying to make a bunch of money off YouTube. I'm trying to help you guys and help my friends be able to do this. So anyway, Coinbase, and I go to my profiles and settings, and then right here, see that profile and settings? If you can't see it there, it's right underneath your name. I touch that, and that for me will bring up different methods of payment. So I have linked about 5 different accounts, okay? I've linked my checking account, I've linked a savings account, I've linked a debit card, I've linked another card, and my Apple Pay. So I have, you know, a very large number, because I've looked at a lot of people and they get started and they pretty much know they want to take their money from one place. There was a mistake I made that cost me 70 grand, which is why I have so many things linked here. And I'm going to tell you guys that mistake at the end of this video, and then also how you're going to avoid it. So you're going to do this. If you're buying Chedda, you're going to make sure you do this one thing, okay? So from there, I now have linked an account. All I need to do to buy Chedda is I need to buy Ethereum. Am I even saying that right? I don't even really know. That's how much of a rookie I am on this, but I figured this out and I know this. So I'll click on Ethereum and I'll click trade, and then I'll say buy Ethereum with cash. If I hit that, I can put in a number, whatever my tolerance for trading is. Maybe you're starting out with $100. Maybe you're starting out with $1,000 or $10,000 or bigger numbers. It doesn't matter. You put that number in, and as long as your supported method of payment has been authorized for that much money, you can then buy that level of Ethereum. Now, the funny thing about Ethereum is it's different than stocks. So if crypto is new to you, you don't have to just buy full shares. You can buy fractions of shares. So if somebody says to you, hey, I own Bitcoin, and you're thinking, isn't Bitcoin $35,000? And they tell me that they bought Bitcoin, you know, just recently, and I didn't think that they might have bought in $500 worth of Bitcoin, so they might own 0.003 Bitcoin. So just one way to think about this and kind of understand how that goes. So I've clicked max, I hit, say, $150, okay, from my bank card, right? And I would hit preview buy and then buy. For me right now, I've got all the money I want in there, so I'm not gonna do this part. From there, you'll see your balance go from $0 up to whatever you spent. $10,000 in Ethereum, less any fees that Coinbase takes. They've got to make their cut. So you might see $9,862 in your account of Ethereum. But remember, that money's gonna start going up and down, excuse me, right away, because the market for crypto, it never sleeps. It's not like the Dow. It doesn't open at a time and close at a time and close on weekends and bank holidays. Crypto market moves all the time. It's continually going. So you'll see your money start to go up and down. And you know what? It oscillates a bit more than the NASDAQ or the Dow Jones. So you got to be ready for that, and you got to make sure you account for that when you're thinking about this. All right? So once that money is in your account, depending on the level of account you have and depending on how you transfer the money, you might have to let your Ethereum sit in your Coinbase for up to 2 or 3 days. Some people I've seen have to do longer. Some people I've seen do way less. So this is a very good first step. You can get this far and still not have Chedda in your account for 2 to 3 days. So think about that. What I like to do for a new user who's very serious about getting started is to do a wire transfer. If you click wire transfer in here as far as how you want to pay, what can happen is Coinbase will give you a profile. You'll go into your bank and you'll actually do a wire transfer from your bank to Coinbase. I did that my first time and it allowed me to have funds within 24 hours, maybe even a little faster. So That's what I did. Think about that. What's nice is, and this is why people love crypto, is it moves so much faster once you have the money in there. That's why people are taking their money out of banks, because they can make big moves in business, and transactions don't take 24 to 48 hours. I can send you, any of you, if I had it, $30,000 on a wire transfer for very little money in about 3 minutes, okay, with just 12 words. That's how passwords work when we get to the wallet. All right, so you own $150 of Ethereum. This is our, what would you call it? Our imaginary scenario. That took a while. Okay, I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna go into my Coinbase wallet. Hopefully I can blur this out. You can blur it out. Let's see here. Use a piece of tape. That ain't gonna work. It's not tape, I know. Okay, this is pretty shady and pretty ghetto. But anyway, I blurred out my balance, and I'm gonna kind of move my phone around a little bit. So you'll have $0 in your wallet when you've started it. And if you haven't started it yet, you need to make sure you create a new wallet. It'll give you 12 words that you're gonna make sure you write down, or you screenshot and you send to yourself, because if these 12 words get misplaced or stolen, somebody has access to your wallet, okay? And that's very important to know. You can't let somebody have access to your wallet, because, and those 12 words, because unless you really trust them, they can have all of your money. Well, moving from there, once you've done that and you've gotten your account, you're going to do this, and I'll show you this real quick. You're going to go to settings, and then from there, oh, I can clear that off. All right, there's nothing under this, but I'm just gonna put, so you can go to here and you can buy or transfer. You'll buy or transfer, and this is automatically connected to your Coinbase wallet. And if you had money in Ethereum, I would have a $150 balance sitting right there. And all I would do is click on it and it would transfer over. Here it's asking me to buy. I'd pay double the fees if I did this all from wallet, I think. So I do it from Coinbase, and then it will show up in your account. Okay, let's go back. Once that number is $150 or whatever you decide to invest, okay? Sounds very complicated. If you followed with me, and you can always go back and do this again, what you can do from here is, and what you want to do to buy Chedda, you do not want to do it this way. You can go to trade. There's a button here. It says trade right there. Okay? Trade. You do not want to use that. So if I do, what happens? I can actually trade Ethereum to Chedda token. You pay double the fees when you use your wallet app. If you're talking about $10,000, you're paying 6% to the house for no reason, for skipping one simple step. And this is the step, so don't do it this way. You just take this money that's right here, this $150, and you've done all the work you need to in the Coinbase wallet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and open my, what do you call it? Safari, my web browser, and I'm going to go to Uniswap. Uniswap.org. Okay, there we go. All right, uniswap.org, that's the homepage, and it says launch app, okay? From there, I hit launch app, and now I'm in the swap, okay? I can take my Ethereum, which is defaulted there, and I can select a token. I'm gonna select Chedda, and then I have to authorize it. And what I didn't do is before this step, I need to connect my wallet. And it's very obvious because it says connect wallet right up there. So I connect wallet, and I open in Coinbase, I connect my wallet, and then automatically, boom, there it is. It's connected. So the screen changes from gray to white, and I can select the token. I'll select Chedda, okay? And from there, I can enter an amount of Ethereum that I want to then switch into Chedda, right? So you're like, up to this point, all you've bought is $150 of Ethereum in Coinbase. You've moved it to Coinbase wallet, and now you're like, how do I get my Chedda? That's how you're gonna go, that's when you went into Uniswap, okay? And we went with Ethereum, and we're now swapping it for Chedda. Now, when you do this, there's a couple things you need to do. There's a settings button here, right there in the top corner. Settings. I'm gonna change slippage to 5%, all right? And what that's gonna do is gonna allow me to actually make this transaction. Because crypto is really volatile and it moves around a lot, between your confirmation price and the actual sales price, you have to be okay with a 5% difference in order to get this transaction to go through. So if you're not okay with that, this is where your road ends, at least from what I figured out. Okay, so then I hit my 150, or do I? For me, what I've been doing is I've been leaving behind 10% of my Ethereum. And the reason for that is one night when I woke up and I decided to sell a portion of my Chedda, okay? A large portion of my Chedda, which I regret doing now. I actually reinvested all the money that I was able to save right back into Chedda a week later, and I'm thankful I did because it kept going up. But I wanted to trade my Chedda back in for Ethereum because the Chedda had went up so much, and I wanted to trade it for the Ethereum so I could put it back into my wallet and then move it back to Coinbase and sell it for US dollars. Because remember, everything I've told you to do, you've got to be able to undo, okay? And it goes just in reverse order. So what I did was I went to convert my Chedda back to Ethereum. When I did that, I had no Ethereum in my account because I had already converted it earlier on all into Chedda. But in conversion, you have to have some for them to start the conversion for you. And I didn't realize that. Well, remember when I told you way back in Coinbase that you might have to wait a few days before your money was allocated to your account and be able, and movable from your Coinbase to your Coinbase wallet? I didn't account for that. And my price started going from here and down and down and down and down. And over an hour, I lost $70,000, over $70 in transaction fees that I didn't have. I panicked and I figured out a way to fix it because I found a wallet that had another crypto, and I was able to trade crypto to crypto very quickly. So when you do that, it actually, crypto to crypto is a very simple transaction. When you do that simple transaction, I was able to get the Ethereum right away. But it took me about 60 minutes, 70 minutes to figure this out. So 70 minutes, I lost $70,000, over $70 in transaction fees. So for me now, what I always do is I keep about 10% of my Ethereum back in my account, so I always have enough to cover any transaction fees. And yes, to me it's weird because they control the whole process. Chedda going to Ethereum, and before they put the Ethereum in my account, why not just take it off the top? At this point, that's not what they do, so you better have enough to cover whatever fees are there. And I haven't quite figured out exactly the percentage of mining fees and things like that that Uniswap takes. I do know there's that 3%. I do feel like there is some additional that I can't really pinpoint, and maybe it's just because I'm not looking hard enough, but that's something you want to do. That's the mistake that cost me $70,000, that if I just had $70 of Ethereum in my account, if I'd held that back, I would have been okay. And wow, that was gutting. Nonetheless, I've recovered from that somewhat. I don't think you ever recover from losing $70,000, but based on my initial investment, that was still way more. So I was playing with house money in a sense, so I could sleep at night. The last thing is when the Chedda is in your account, you'll be able to, when you finish the swap, it'll actually automatically put it into your wallet. From there, it'll just sit, and you guys can watch it grow, you guys can watch it shrink, because remember, it's crypto, and as much as I would love for everybody to make money on this, I would love for everybody to make the money I have up to this point on this, there's just no guarantees. There's no guarantees I'll keep what I can, but for me, like I said, I'm in it for the long haul, and I hope that you guys will jump in and just start learning about this stuff, because it's pretty fun, and we've all heard the stories of people who have taken, $1,000 or $2,000 and made, $100,000 or something like that. So if you want to be one of those people, you got to play the game, and it might take you a couple days waiting for that money to transfer. So get started, all right? Because if you have a question, if I missed something, leave it in the comments below, and I'd love to answer it on another video. Remember to like and subscribe, so that way I keep doing crypto videos. As I learn more, you can learn more.